What's Yorkshire? You can do pretty good Yorkshire accent.
Yorkshire kind of like, they talk like that. Everything's, like Leeds and Sheffield and Hull. Then in Lancashire, where we're from, it's a bit more like that.
Like what?
10 miles down the road to Liverpool, they all talk like Scousers, so it's completely different. Like where the Beatles are from. And then I thought Manchester, like Oasis. So we do have like a big variety of accents.
I'll
just give you a bit of an insight.
Let's just do the rest of the interview just going on accents. We'll just tell you the whole of the accents in the UK.
Welcome to the Better Each Day podcast radio show with Bruce Hilliard. Today and every day, reaching out for innovative ideas in every way. Today's show is brought to you by your future. It comes with a lifetime guarantee. Make a better each day now, baby. Better in every way.
In their first American interview, England's new rock, Stillia.
It's a bit surreal talking to someone from Seattle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think we've ever done like a live interview. We've normally done just sort of written interviews with people abroad. We've never done like a live one before.
Yeah, this is the first time we've ever done an interview in America. when we're at home. Yeah, it's mental, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit strange, isn't it?
Well, you'll get really good at it.
Yeah.
You're already doing great. So, can we start off with starting with the youngest in the band, your name and what you do?
I'm Matty, and I play the drums.
And Matty, you're brothers, right? With Jack.
Yeah, he's my brother, unfortunately.
So, what is that like having your brother in a band?
It's all right. Sometimes I just want to rip his head off, but it's yeah, right.
They're not as bad as the Gallaghers.
I don't know who that is. Do you get along well together?
Yeah.
Do you here's a political question. Do you team up and take it on with the other guys in the band?
No, not really. It's normally us against him, really.
Because that could happen. Okay, who's next on the list?
Who's next? The youngest? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm Connor, and I'm lead guitarist.
Okay, Connor, it was your dad's Facebook that I saw, actually 2 years ago, probably. And you guys were just kind of getting going, and I thought, this will be exciting. I'm going to follow you guys around for a while. And I started this podcast. It launched about, 4 months ago now. And I thought, I'm going to give those guys a call and see how they're doing. So you can thank your dad for that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah, sweet.
Okay, now who's next up? It must be the bass player.
No, Johnny's the oldest. It's me. I'm the next oldest up from Connor. Like I said, I'm Jack. I'm the singer and guitar.
Okay, and then the bass player is Johnny Waring is the name?
Yeah, you pronounced it correctly.
Johnny Be Good. We'll get around to that issue here in a little bit, whether he's good or not. So, Johnny, you have a high voice. You do some good harmonies in there. It's refreshing to hear harmonies. Some bands just don't do it, and some can't do it. You guys are really good at it. I like it.
Oh, nice one. Yeah. I think it brings quite a lot to our sound, so, yeah.
It does. Your harmonies are pretty good, man. I think,
nice one. Yeah. Cheers.
So, who does that leave?
That's it, yeah. That's all four of us, yeah.
Okay. You have a manager, Ben, right?
Yeah, Ben, he's part of the management company, yeah. We're managed by a company called Republic Management. We've sort of got a big team that sort of work for us, and yeah, we've got a really good bond with him, and it works really well.
That's awesome. I'm going to put links to all your stuff on my show notes on my webpage, so you'll be getting booked all over the place, and you'll be over here in Seattle playing here pretty soon. So
that's probably the plan, to get over to the States sometime soon.
That'll really be surreal. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's this year. I mean, we're talking about sort of maybe coming over to Texas to do the South by Southwest. That's sort of on the cards for this year, but whether it comes off or not, whether we end up doing it, I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd be nice. It would be nice.
South by Southwest is a huge showcase. That'd be really good for you guys.
Yeah, it'd be nice. So if it comes off and we manage to sort it, because we've got a lot of different plans for the summer. So obviously it's whether we can sort of, if it suits and it's the right time, and that we can fit it with all the UK festival stuff.
You sound busy.
Yeah, it's good. We had a really busy year last year, and this year is going to be probably twice as busier, because we've got sort of tours coming in now and offers and for shows and festivals. So yeah, I think we've got about 4 festivals booked already for this year. So that's just, we're only in January as well, so it's a good start.
And you have to find time to write new material and record. Who does most of the writing?
We sort of, it's me and Johnny who sort of come up with the tunes. We write the songs, and then we bring it to rehearsal, and then everyone sort of chucks their own thing in it. Everyone sort of rearranges melodies and lyrics, and it's pretty much all four of us, which is
Quite a collaborative
yeah, quite a collaborative effort with all of us, which is a lucky thing, because obviously it can cause a bit of friction if just one guy does the writing and does all the work in that. So we're pretty lucky that we all managed to chip in.
That's a great way to do it. So that's the process. The song 4 a.m., what was the inspiration behind that? And was
it's,
it?
Yeah, it's sort of about going out and having a beer too many and having sort of the other half waiting at home and sort of I don't know, sort of.
I think it's very relatable. I think every guy has done that.
Yeah, it's dead relatable to everyone, I think, because I think everyone now and again has been in that position where you go out and you stay out a bit too long and have that one too many, and you end up trying to get back in your house at 4 a.m. Do you know what I mean? And that was just the sort of the basic idea around it, and yeah, when it came out, a lot of people sort of digged it and really liked it, and it's caught on with a lot of people, which is a good thing. Do you know what I mean?
So at the end of the video, doesn't she let him in?
Yeah, she does. She does let him in the end. I mean, I think it's sort of I think the girls try and sort of teach you a bit of a lesson, don't they? Do you know what I mean? And then sort of give in after they sort of give you a bit of a telling off. So I think you got left out in the cold for a bit and then got let in.
The video for "Let Me In" has a kind of a crazy guy. Tell me about that. Johnny Vegas, I think, is his name.
Yeah, so he's like a massive celebrity in England, in the UK. He's on all sort of different TV shows and reality TV shows and stuff like that, and talk shows. And he's also a comedian as well. So he's a big celebrity like in England. But he lives in our town. We live in a small town called St Helens. And he lives in our town, and he's sort of a fan of ours, and obviously we're a massive fan of his, and we've been sort of wanting to work together for a while. And then it just, obviously he was busy with TV stuff, and then when he was free we was busy touring or whatever, and then a time come up where we was about to release our debut single with all the new management and stuff like that, and so we sort of messaged Johnny and said, listen, we're free and about to do a video for our debut single. How do you feel about getting involved? And he was like, well, I can make some time. And we went to his house, and we went to his house one morning and sort of planned it out and had a meeting with him and the production company and stuff. And yeah, we set it up, and we got quite a lot of TV stuff off it as well. But the song was getting played on TV shows and sort of like the breakfast morning shows and that, talk shows. We got a lot of that stuff. So yeah, it was cool. It was good that we had him in it.
So were you laughing through the whole thing working with this guy, or he looks like a pretty...
that is just like...
One of the funniest days of my life.
Yeah, it's probably the funniest days we had. It's just like, it got to the point where like I woke up the next morning, you know, I felt as though like I'd done like a 4-hour session in the gym, and my ribs were like, do you know what I mean? He just had us in stitches like all the way through it, it was good, and it was fun to shoot, do you know what I mean?
I saw him on a video. He was doing stand-up, and he was portraying a drunk guy, and it was pretty good. Yeah, he was. He's
good. He's a talented guy, really funny guy as well.
That's a tough way to make a living, I would think. With music, I think you can rehearse it. It kind of makes more sense. I actually played as a professional musician myself, but stand-up would be terrifying.
I mean, I think it's one. I mean, it's if someone said to me, "Here's a load of bricks and cement, go and build a house," and yeah, that'd scare me as well. But if someone who's a comedian or someone who's good at something.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of ad-lib going on in there too, but I like the metaphor of the bricks and mortar thing. Yeah,
it's just that everyone's good at something, do you know what I mean? Yeah, so I just think that if you're comfortable in doing something, obviously like he's really good at being a comedian and actor, then I think he's probably fine with doing it.
So girls everywhere are wondering, you guys are all married, right?
Married? No.
That was a trick question. So you're all single? I bet you have girlfriends.
Still a bit too young.
Too young.
Yeah. But we've got girlfriends that sort of put up with us, but I think they sort of enjoy it as well, along with us.
It's an adventure. What kind of music do you currently listen to? Do you guys do you listen to any American stuff?
Right, this is where I'm going to jump in now. These probably have their own thing on it, but I listen to like a load of country music.
Really?
Particularly American country, and it's sort of pretty much all I listen to. I went through the sort of phase growing up with music, would listen to Oasis and the Stone Roses and the Beatles and the Stones and all them sort of bands. Grew up with that, and then in the past year or two I've just gone through this massive phase of country, and one of my main artists that I listen to is a guy called George Strait.
Yeah.
So like obviously everyone in America knows him because he's a star, but you ask anyone over here who he is and nobody's got a clue. Which I find that just bizarre, but that's just the way it is. And I was lucky enough, I went over to Nashville, I think it's about a year or 2 years ago, I went to Nashville, and that was a really good experience, and I met a lot of musicians and over there. But yeah, so that's what I listen to. But I think the lads have got different preferences than George Strait over here.
That's probably a George Strait. Yeah, he's a classic older guy. Baby Blue, Amarillo by Morning. He had some classic hits, and he's still extremely popular. And Nashville, they say, is a town where everybody in Nashville is not from Nashville, type of a deal. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it was really good. Like I said, I met a lot of cool people, and what was a bit weird was I went over there expecting to bump into like the odd English person and stuff like that, but I didn't bump into one. Do you know what I mean? It was all sort of people from different parts of America coming on holiday to Nashville. So I think I was the only sort of British person that I seen. Do you know what I mean?
Were they asking who you were?
Just sort of. I got pulled up loads of times, and I got a few beers bought for us just because of the accent. But sort of, I was over exaggerating it a bit because people were asking where I was from in England, and I'd sort of say St Helens, and then do like, oh, where's that? And then I'd sort of say, well, it's near Liverpool. And then everyone would be like, sort of, oh, the Beatles.
Of course.
I'd sort of exaggerate and just say, yeah, well, I live down the road from Paul McCartney and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Sort of try and get another beer.
Yeah, personal friend, and you have tea together every day, right?
Yeah, so, but yeah, it was good. It was good. Everyone was dead nice as well.
Well, that's cool. Tell me, when you're rich and famous and you're riding in an autonomous limo, you got to listen back on this recording and say, wow, that was something. We really didn't know what was ahead of us, and how this next album is going to do. What's going to be on your next album?
I don't know. I think we're going to get back into rehearsals this week, and we've got a bunch of songs that we've got ready for the next album, but we sort of need to get into the rehearsal room and sort of really go at it and getting ready for the live shows and that. But we've sort of toured this album that we've not released yet, our debut album, so we sort of toured that for a while now, and then we're gonna, obviously once that's released, we're gonna start playing some of the new stuff live as well from the next album. But yeah, we're gonna start working on that this week and the next coming weeks before the festival season as well.
Connor, I have a question for you.
Okay.
How do you come up with your leads? They're very melodic. A lot of times lead guitar players want to play as many notes as they possibly can. I call them 6-finger solos. But what you do is very tasteful. Is that done intentionally, methodically? Or?
Yeah, I think so. I don't ever try and show off or anything. I think less notes can be better sometimes.
Minimalistic, yeah. What's your favorite guitar? You have a couple, I see.
I've got a Gibson Les Paul, which is my favorite guitar at the minute.
And Jack plays a Rickenbacker, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, that's the one.
I can't tell what kind of bass. It looks like a Fender.
Yeah, it's a jazz bass. Yeah.
Good old standby. And drums, I don't know anything about drums. You can use pots and pans or whatever for those. I'm kidding.
He's the lucky one because he's just got an endorsement by one of the biggest drum companies in the world, called Premier Drums.
Oh yeah.
So our kid's just got an endorsement by them.
Now, how did he get that? Because he's a good player, or because he's so handsome?
Because I'm so handsome.
That's what I figured. Yeah, that's the right answer.
Yeah. I think it's his haircut. That's the only reason he the drums. He can't play the drums.
It worked for Ringo, huh? So.
We've got a guy who he sort of comes on tour with us and helps out our kid and that, called Maxa. And I don't know if you're familiar with the band the Stone Roses in America.
I've heard of them, but I can't name any titles of songs or anything like that.
It's a pretty big band in the UK, and well, when they split up, the lead singer Ian Brown went on and had a massive solo career and really successful. And this guy who comes on tour with us, Maxi was Ian Brown's drummer. So it was a bit of a shock that we managed to get him to come on tour. I mean, he was part of our team, and then obviously Maxi was hooked up with Premier Drums, and got our kid hooked up with him. But yeah, so that's how we got that.
That's so cool. Back to your accent. You said you were turning on different kinds of accents. To an American, at least to me, an English accent sounds like an English accent, pretty much. I can't tell.
Yeah, I think sort of people have this sort of like Americans sort of view this stereotypical English accent as though everyone talks like the Queen. Do you know what I mean? And everyone lives in castles and drinks tea every day. So that's like the sort of when I went to Nashville and stuff like that, and speaking to friends who live in California, they say like when people obviously think of British people, they think of these posh people in gowns and that, and then obviously when the Americans come over here and realise there's not just London, do you know what I mean, where everyone talks like that. It's there's a place called the Northwest, where everyone talks like builders and farmers and stuff like that. So everyone's got like a bit of a broad accent and talks like us, but I think Johnny's got the most broadest accent out of us all. He talks a bit like
that.
See, it all sounds like that.
See, I'm from a place called Wigan, which is like towards Manchester more than the
shithole.
Shithole. Okay, they have that in the United States. They do have.
What Wigan?
Shithole USA.
I feel sorry if I have a Wigan in the United States, man.
I talked with a young lady that is from Yorkshire, and she says they have a strange accent up there, and it's considered snooty. And there again, I told her I can't tell the difference. So unless you told me you were snooty, I would have never known.
Yorkshire, what's Yorkshire? You can do pretty good Yorkshire accent.
Yorkshire kind of like, they talk like that, everything's, like Leeds and Sheffield and Hull. Then in Lancashire, where we're from, it's a bit more like that,
Like what?
10 miles down the road to Liverpool, they all talk like Scousers, so it's completely different, like where the Beatles are from. And then I thought Manchester, like Oasis. So we do have like a big variety of accents. I'll just give you a bit of an insight.
Let's just do the rest of the interview just going on accents. We'll decide the whole of the accents in the UK.
Yeah, give me the strangest accent that you can do.
Straight right. We've got to pick a group on it. The strangest in the UK. So everyone's obviously in America familiar with the sort of southern posh London accent, which is like, oh hello, that sort of posh sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But then I think the sort of what's the most strongest one?
I was thinking Brummie.
Yeah, Brummie. It says, have you heard of a place called Birmingham in England?
I'm not gonna have to get a map out because I have to admit I'm retarded.
So there's a place called Birmingham. Do you want to give him a bit of the Birmingham accent?
Who am I talking to?
So Johnny's going to give you, because Johnny's really good accent.
Johnny's the accent man. Okay.
You sound like Birmingham's more like, you're all right, love. Do you want some brandy?
Oh my God.
And the content matter you choose to brandy. Okay.
Yeah. So that's Birmingham. I think
there's a lot.
No, there's got to be. What's the worst?
Scottish and Irish.
You're right. Yeah. So if we're talking accents in the UK, the Scottish accent. If you're from Glasgow, I love Glasgow. I love the people from Glasgow. But their accent is terrifying. Like if you can talk to the most friendliest Glaswegian Scottish guy you meet, and when you talk to him, it's just always going to kick your head in, just because of his accent. And it's Johnny again. Johnny's got really good accent.
Go for it, Johnny.
Recently, I've been drinking whiskey, and you just get a wee bit angry and you start raising your voice. You know what I mean, man? Hey, man.
So
That's a bit like. So that's like. But bear in mind, though, Bruce.
Okay.
We're all drinking whiskey here.
They're drinking.
We are
Yeah.
drinking. So we're feeling the effect of the alcohol a little bit. So I think that's why the interview's gone a bit AWOL. You know.
Oh, jeez. Going to have to take a field sobriety test to get this interview done now. They drink a lot of whiskey. Okay. The Liverpool accent sounds like they're asking a question to me.
yeah, I mean, there's two sort of different Liverpool accents. There's like obviously the more modern day Liverpool accents. They've got like this sort of thing wrong with the back of the throat where like they have this thing where it goes like that. So like where we said chocolate.
Chocolate?
Chocolate, yeah. So you said like chocolate. So like we'll say chocolate, and they'll say like they'll say like chocolate like that.
Like you're hacking something up, a fur ball. Or something.
That's straight up. That's what they talk like. So, but then obviously you have the more like if you have sort of like the old 60s Liverpool accent, which is like do you want to give him a bit of a test of that?
Like the beat. All right, John.
Yeah, so they talk like that. So it's all right, John. So that's the sort of old Liverpool accent.
Yeah, that's the asking the question thing that I was saying. Yeah, so why would the accent change? I mean, geographically it didn't change. Why would it change?
I don't know. I just think that. I
think the other one has actually changed, though, really.
When you watch like old football matches, like that were recorded on telly in the 60s, like the commentators, like nowadays, they talk a bit more normal, but like you'll notice like it's England on the attack again, and here we go, jolly good, you know.
Yeah, it's all
and it's like it's nothing like that. The old broadcasting voice has kind of gone, so moves with the times, I suppose.
So do an American accent.
Do an American accent.
Yeah.
All right, so. Right, Johnny's pretty good. You're pretty good at doing
Johnny's the man.
Johnny's pretty good at doing like the southern accent, like like so.
Oh, that's scary.
Went to Tennessee and Texas and all that. Like,
yeah.
All right, so go on.
There's an accent. Have you seen a film called Holes?
Yes, that sounds good.
Yeah. So they. It's like, what are you digging over there, Stanley? I think that's more like a southern state.
You nailed it. Yeah, Louisiana, I'm not even sure if they're speaking English down there sometimes.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, so can you do an English accent?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, can you do one, Bruce? I'd love to hear this.
You got me on the spot here.
Go on. Listen. Go on. It better be good.
Let me tell you a little bit about the show. We'll be featuring bands and recording artists from everywhere.
That's not bad, that actually sounded like you was from Liverpool, didn't
it? Yeah.
You actually sounded a bit like Paul McCartney then.
So, thank you. So I wish I could sing like that. So if I drink a bunch of whiskey, I'll sound like I'm Scottish.
Yeah, but you have to put some boxing gloves on as well.
My ancestors are from Scotland largely. It's hard to tell, but I'd have to do one of those spit in the bottle things or something to check my DNA out. But well, I don't want to take too much more of your time. It's been a heck of a lot of fun talking to you, and we've done a complete study on anthropology and etymology and all the studies of accents throughout the world.
Cool, it's been one of the funniest interviews we've done up to now, I think.
Well, maybe we can do it again after your new album comes out. I just love to
definitely
to promote you guys. I'd love to get you over here and meet you in person and take you around and show you Shithole USA. And
you've got a fantastic presence at the minute, haven't you?
It's exciting. It really is. So you guys stay healthy. I really mean it. And we'll get together and talk again soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much.
Cheers, mate. Bye. Bye.
Awesome Stillia. Jack Bennett lead vocals and guitar. His baby brother, Matty Bennett on drums. Connor Moran, lead guitar. And the man of many accents, Johnny Waring on bass guitar. You can find links to their music and information on the Better Each Day show notes. Stillia.
Support for Better Each Day comes from BruceHilliardHomes.com. For a better day in buying or selling a home, search BruceHilliardHomes.com or visit our website Better Each Day for more information. And while you're there, subscribe to the show. It's free. That's BruceHilliardHomes.com, Windermere Real Estate, and make it better each day.
Listening to the Better Each Day podcast radio show with Bruce Hilliard. We'll be back with a new horizon, but until then, honor the future. It comes with a lifetime guarantee.
And we're all just trying to make the next day a bit better.